Been with Buckeye 10 years. First started as a consultant and then joined them in the terminal automation group and the IT group. So we're kind of an OT discipline that we fall under the IT umbrella. So let's walk you through a little bit about Buckeye. You know what, and I didn't bring a mic, but I can't see quite over there, so. Oh, okay, here we go. So just to give you a little bit of history on Buckeye. So Buckeye Partners owns and operates a diversified global network of integrated assets, providing midstream logistics solutions, primarily consisting of transportation through pipelines, storage through tanks, processing and marketing of liquid petroleum products. So we're one of the largest independent liquid petroleum product pipeline operators in the United States in terms of volume delivered, with approximately 6,000 miles of pipeline. There's another 2,500 that we operate. We utilizes its service expertise to operate and maintain third-party pipelines, perform certain engineering and construction services for its customers. And global terminal network comprises of more than 150 liquid petroleum terminals. That's the area that I manage. Aggregate tank capacity of over 118 million barrels across our portfolio of pipelines, inland terminals, and marine terminals. Notice we segregate that: pipelines, inland terminals, and marine terminals, and you'll understand when I tell you the story. So to give you where we came from, Buckeye traces its roots back to March of 1886, so we've been around for a little while. We became an independent, publicly owned company after Standard Oil's dissolution in 1911. We began the terminal business in about the year 2000. So if you look at our history, 134 years coming up in March, mostly pipelines, but we're about 20 years in the terminaling business. We're heavy on acquisitions through our MLP designation. We're doing a lot of acquisitions, and we continue to acquire quite a few terminals, mostly inland terminals in the United States. In 2010, that's when I began working with Buckeye as a consultant. They acquired their first terminal off the mainland in Puerto Rico, Jabucó, Puerto Rico. So speaking Spanish, I teamed up with Chris Parker, and we went down and we converted the site to our systems. So that was the first exposure to something off of the mainland. In February of 2011, that marked a big milestone for Buckeye because we acquired what was at the time the fourth largest storage facility in the world. In Grand Bahama Island, Borco, Bahamas Oil Refining Company International. That, again, came with its growing pains of going from a U.S. culture to a foreign country or another country's culture and economics. In July of 2012, again, another marine terminal. So now we're exposing ourselves to more vessel loading and different automations and control systems. And that was in Perth Amboy, New York. In December of 2013, another 20 marine terminals in the United States, and it included one in St. Lucia. So now our footprint spans from all of the United States, Puerto Rico, Grand Bahama Island, and St. Lucia. Okay? And in September of 2014, a big milestone for Buckeye, we now acquire a few sites down in South Texas, and we get into the refining business. So as you can see, the evolution of Buckeye from pipelines to terminals to marine terminals and now refining. And on all of that, we've got to work with IIoT convergence. This picture is just a depiction of the area that I manage. This is inside the terminals. And I'm just giving you just a high-level overview of what the systems are. So we being in IT, we manage the software. So there's controllers or field instrumentation. That's not really the IT group, but we manage the software. But it's more of an OT, an operational technology that we manage. So smack in the middle of the picture, you'll see the Stratus box. That's why we're here today, to talk about our partnership with Stratus. But you can see that there's a number of systems surrounding. There's just a few of them. Mostly the boxes that you see as PCs. That's what I manage. So as I go through the presentation, you'll see how we're trying to grow and create a better IT and OT convergence. Okay? So some of the key challenges and issues that we were having with our current infrastructure and the systems that we were using. Okay? Lack of flexibilities. These PCs, desktop PCs, you buy it and 3 months later it's you got a new version. So the operating system for our terminal automation system runs on Linux. Used to be QNX, now Linux. So again, it's something that people are not extremely comfortable with. They're more comfortable with Windows in the IT world. So when we were working with desktop PCs, ordering those through our client technologies group, we always had some challenges in trying to get the software installed on it to work properly. And then when you run quality scans from the security team and you try to patch it, you get kernel errors and mistakes and problems. So it was just challenging for us, okay? Because of the so many different flavors of PCs, when you've got an install base of 114, 15 systems, every time we cycled through them, we'd end up with 4 or 5 flavors of PCs, which always presented an issue when we were putting together our disaster recovery plans, our restoration images, and all that good stuff. And then significant unplanned downtime. It's reacting to the problem where we would have to say, okay, which flavor is this one? How do we react to it? And sometimes even the proven disaster recovery plans that we've put together would fail on us for some given reason. So, as part of our digital transformation and our objectives and requirements to move forward, we needed to find something that would bring a little bit more peace of mind and less downtime and a lot of flexibility. So, we needed to make sure that our customers, our end consumers, that we partnered up with somebody that we could deliver something that was solid. Okay? So, looking for increased operational efficiency and enable the ease deployment of the new application. Okay? We were looking for a flexible platform device. Virtualization is a big thing because the good thing about the virtualization is you can move it from one PC to the other and not really be worried about the hardware itself. So that was something we were looking for. We needed something to give us standardization and last for a long time. We just couldn't be replacing boxes every so often. Okay? Common operating system environment and management for redundant and non-redundant locations. Integrated security, that was big for us. That's a huge one. We needed to make sure that whatever we put out there that we felt comfortable, that we could sleep at night, that it was secure, and they had good access control. And with that, the remote management and monitoring. Integration with the enterprise operations, IIoT cooperation. We needed to team up with a bunch of disciplines to make sure everybody gave us green light, thumbs up before we can move forward. So that led us to February of last year when we were here, and we had the privilege of meeting the Stratus folks last year, February. So as you can see, a year later, we've agreed to them to move forward, and we've done quite a bit so far, but we still got some work to do. So the first thing to do is we met them, and the one thing that I would praise about Stratus is that they were very flexible at the beginning. They held an initial presentation with all the disciplines in the IT team, all from networking to security to infrastructure. We had numerous sessions of testing with all the disciplines, making sure that we checked the box and everybody was happy. Security team was hitting us hard with quality scans. I sent the reports over to Stratus, and within hours they were getting back to us, so that was very impressive. Network operations, infrastructure operations, client technologies, operational applications. Of course, my boss needed to give me final blessing on everything. And most importantly, our end users. We needed to make sure that they felt comfortable with the technology that we were introducing to our terminals. Okay? So from there, we took it to a proof of concept. Once we passed all the gates, checked all the boxes, and we let one of the systems run for no less than 30 days. In the interim, we kept talking to Stratus about our agreement, our relationship, and we finally came to commercial agreement with the hardware, the software, and the services. Those are the 3 things that I always measure a vendor on. Do you have solid hardware? How good is your software? And most importantly, how good is your service? And from a hardware standpoint, they checked the box. From a software standpoint, they checked the box. And from a service standpoint, they checked the box. Absolutely superb services from Stratus. And so we are now executing 114 location rollout from 2019 to 2021. Okay? So, how does Stratus meet Buckeye's requirements? On the top, you'll see all the disciplines that we had to work with. IT, right? IIoT Convergence. We had to work with every one of them. We had to check the box with every one of them. Right? We have to make sure that we had their blessing. field operations on the top, because those are the end users. Again, in Stratus's approach, a simple solution, right? Set up in minutes, easy to manage, single button restores, protected, seamless failovers, embedded cybersecurity, and full stack monitoring. And I go back to the cybersecurity. We approached them with a report that were pages and pages of a scan that we did, and they delivered the solution. And then we're going to continue to work with them. We haven't hit the box that says autonomous. We're working through that, all the predictive health, automation administration, and remote management. We're working through some things that we still want to complete with them. Okay. So, conclusion, complete full rollout. We've implemented 20 boxes. They've been very successful. We've got quite a road to go here. We got 2 more years. We continue to strengthen our partnership. We always use that we're Buckeye Partners, so when we team up with vendors, we partner up with them. Okay. We want to move over to the predictive maintenance to be able to collect the information and study the information and serve it up to the end users and see how we improve. And of course, efficiency. That's what we want to do through monitoring and protection, remote load of IT, removes load from IT and OT personnel, integration with the overall terminal operations, increased focus on application performance, but more importantly is planning the additional digital transformation applications. So I'll close with that you know, we've met one area, we've fulfilled one area, we're very happy, but we're not done. Stratus knows that I continue to knock on the door about making some changes so that we can basically go to the one Stratus box, where in every application that I manage, which are 31 of them, that I could just remove the box from the shelf and deploy it no matter what type of application it is. So that concludes my presentation.